It was my grandma's birthday yesterday, and she decided to be an upstanding citizen and wear hers into a shop or whatever. And my mom was like, "You take that off," and it's her birthday, mind you. And my grandma's like, "I'm gonna wear my mask," and my mom's like, "Take that fucking thing off." Like yelling at her on her birthday for doing the right thing. It's
Well, I guess technically now it's a legal thing, right?
It's a little ridiculous. I mean, if you don't want to wear it, I'm fine with that. I won't judge you, but I will judge you if you judge people for doing the right thing.
That's exactly
Yeah. But let's not get into the sins of my mother, and let's talk about Melanthius, because it's been a long time since we went to a restaurant with this guy. I feel like the last few times he's been shoved away somewhere, and it hasn't been a true meal without Melanthius the dining parrot.
We had the skull, I think, last time.
The skull is not for dining. The skull... there's so much space between these houses. I feel like there would have... what happened here? What happened here?
Just between these two.
I know, I'm trying to wonder, like...
There used to be a house here, and something happened to the house.
But there's trees, and there's big trees. I'm wondering if, like, the person who lived there originally was, like, the master of the development, and they were like, I'm keeping this land for myself. Because clearly nobody else got a huge yard to the side of their house.
No, yeah, this guy got...
But it also looks like that's not an older house than all the others. It feels like these all came up at the exact same time. So I really, truly do wonder what happened to, warrant that little dingle between houses. This is such a nice neighborhood, though. What was I was going to say, like, right back there, I forgot we were in the West Metro for a second. It feels like we're in some enchanted little small community.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah. It is. Like, I mean, like, Germany, like, England, France, like, one of those little forested, like, Hansel and Gretel type... Oh, we are all in olden days, and we are prancing in our little garments. Like that? Doesn't this kind of remind you of that? Especially the way the streets curve into each other. Like how they slant and intersect each other. How this one curves. Because that's a very European thing, to have the streets not go straight.
I've heard.
Well, yeah, and my mom even went with me on the Europe trip. I don't know why I brought her with. She didn't learn a goddamn thing. We were there for an entire week, like in the most prime of European cities. She comes back and like, what? Like, we'll go on a street that's not straight. And she's like, why isn't this road straight? And I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of European, isn't it? And she's like, what? What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Your mom's fun to hang out with in that way.
She's not. She's not, because she doesn't retain information.
I enjoy it.
It's dumb. I mean, it's funny from an outsider's perspective, but it gets to a point where it's just frustrating. like, Mom, we were in Europe for a week. You didn't notice how, like, a lot more of their streets are, like, curvy? And they're like, what? And she's like, why would they do that? And I'm like, that's how cities used to be, Mom. Like, straight streets kind of started with New York and crap. It's a very American thing.
That's retarded.
Yeah, then she was like, that is retarded. And I'm like, come on, Mom, you can't tell me that you don't enjoy a curved street more than a straight one. Because I certainly do. I think all streets need to be curved at some point, I mean, straight ones, like what we were on, are just good, but then it should come to a curve at the end.
I mean, it's more interesting for sure.
Yes.
It's a grid. It's crazy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Oh,
I agree with you there, yeah.
Here's the Hay Skull.